and just levitate.
The ingredients to make these gooey chocolate chip cookies are as follows. These cookies, by the way, are going to have a delicious gooey center and a crisp outside of the cookie. So these are really going to be delicious. You will want to make these over and over again. So first of all, we are going to need 2 sticks of unsalted butter. Now these have to be at room temperature softened. We're also going to need 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 3/4 cup of white sugar. We're going to need 2 large eggs, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. We're going to need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You can add 2/3 cups of any nuts that you want, walnuts or anything like that. I'm going to omit it in this recipe, but you can add it. And we are going to need 11 ounces of chocolate. The chocolate I recommend for these cookies is chocolate, baking chocolate like this, because these ones do melt and they will melt in the oven while the cookies are baking. The chocolate chips, however, hold their shape. You can use chocolate chips if you like, but I do recommend these. I'm going to be using 2 of the chocolate and I'm going to mix it with 1 of the white. So you need 11 ounces. So let's get started with the rest. In the bowl of your stand mixer, by the way, you can use a handheld mixer. So that's another option. You can use it. So we are going to add our butter. Add your vanilla. And both of your sugars. So it's the 3/4 cup of the brown sugar and 3/4 cup of the regular sugar. We're going to mix this until it gets nice and creamy. Once it's nice and creamed, you're going to want to add your eggs. Okay, so one at a time. And just cream that together until it's all incorporated. Once you have the eggs creamed in there well, scrape down the side of your bowl. And we're going to add the dry ingredients, which is the flour, the baking soda, and the salt. So it's 3 cups of flour. And it is 3/4 teaspoon of salt and 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And the baking soda. There's our dry ingredients. We're gonna mix this together until it's well incorporated. While that is getting incorporated in there, I chopped up my chocolate. You want to chop it up into bigger, larger pieces, and you want to pop it into the freezer until it gets hard. And the reason for this is because this your cookie dough is hot, it's warm, so it's going to melt your chocolate chips when you're mixing it in there. So I'm gonna pop it into the freezer, and then we're gonna add it to our dough. Now that these have been in the freezer for 10 minutes, we're gonna toss it in there. We're gonna give it a mix. And that's it. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to just bring it all together with my hands. We're gonna make balls, and then we're going to put them in the refrigerator, and then we're going to bake them. So what you want to do is make sure to incorporate all the chocolate chips in there. Now these cookies, by the way, are to be made huge. You can make them as big as you want. I am usually these cookies are supposed to be 2 scoopfuls. They are made to be big. And if you do that, you're gonna get about 6 to 8 cookies. I'm still gonna make them big, but I'm not gonna do 2 scoopfuls. Probably just 1 big one, like this. And just drop it down there. I'm sure I'll make some big ones and some little ones because my kids probably won't eat the big ones. They're too big. So what you do, you just get it into a ball. And we're going to, if you're in a hurry, if you want to make cookies really fast, then just pop it in the freezer for 30 minutes. You don't have to bake these all at once either. What you can do, put them in the freezer 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, pop them in a Ziploc bag and just put them back in the freezer. And then whenever you want a cookie, just take it out and bake it. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing that. We're going to pop these, like I said, in the freezer 30 minutes because I do want to bake some now. So I'll be back with that. They have been in the freezer for 30 minutes. They are hard now. That's how you want them. So what I did, I just placed 3 because they are big in a baking sheet. And we're going to cook them in the oven, 350 degrees, for about 10 to 12 minutes. The cookies have been in the oven for about 12, 13 minutes. When they do come out of the oven, they do look like this. But you know that they're done because right around the outside, it's brown. Now you don't touch it, you don't do anything. You need to let these cool. And then once they're cooled, they flatten and then they look like this. So you need to completely let them cool. Once all your cookies are baked, I got these ones right here. And this one right here. And I've got some big ones too. Can't really tell, but these are huge. So just let it cool. This one's not quite cool yet, but I'm gonna open it so you could see. There's the white and there's the chocolate. It's all gooey on the inside. Okay, so there's your gooey chocolate chip cookies. Enjoy.